Message to spectators. Pre-race show. At 11:35. Full race commentary as well. I'll get the link. No, sorry.
Yeah.
The link's a bit. Takes a while to send on my phone, but I'm just gonna send it out. YouTube. Yeah, I've also got the standings with me. I wasn't up putting the standings on the pre-race. Did I send you an invite to the broadcast?
Yeah, he sent me an invite.
Yeah, I just have a look at the broadcast a second. At the bottom where I've got the message, I was thinking about putting all the.
I added everyone, so I didn't invite him.
What on me?
Oh, okay. Apparently my Rocket League was downloading. It's probably a bit laggy. The broadcast being stopped. Apparently stops the stream.
Oh yeah, it does that for a few.
That's probably a bit laggy. Let me join the stream.
I'll send it. Oh no, one message.
Alright, what I do is this. F1 2017.
Hello, G. Need Montana in. Yeah, the show's only starting at basically 5 to 8, so it's just going to be quiet for like the next 10 minutes basically.
I need to start doing WhatsApp people now.
Can someone in the chat tell me if you can hear Lewis, by the way, the other commentator?
You should be able to hear me, yeah.
Yeah, just hopefully, yeah.
Dang.
Turn your mic up a bit as well, you seem quite quiet.
Is that better?
Nope.
Oh.
Put like the mic closer to your mouth or something. Like obviously in it like this.
Oh no, I'm not eating it.
Yeah. Just put it closer. Come on, mate.
Probably.
Hey, Montana.
Hello.
Have you got your voice on share, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. It'll start at about 10 minutes the interview, but like, I'll introduce, and I'll have a little chat with Lewis first, and then I'll introduce you after.
All right.
I've got nothing to ask.
Yeah, I know, but we're gonna have our opinions first, and then we're like, and guest driver today, Tierra Montana. Like, good afternoon. Oh, yes, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Good evening.
Welcome to the stream. Yeah. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. And then I've got a few questions. It's only.
Everybody's pairing offline. It's really annoying.
It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 questions. You've got.
Better?
Not really. Maybe you have to turn up your microphone volume settings.
I don't get why I'm quiet.
A pre-race piss, so I don't piss in the middle of the game. Alright, Collinsborough. Attracting people from all audiences here. but the actual stream's basically starting at 5 to 8 with a pre-race interview with myself. Well, pre-race interview with Montana, and me and Lewis will be answering a few questions as well.
Why Brady leave?
Montana, are you just gonna leave when so we finish with this, like just before the session starts?
Yep.
Yeah, alright, that's good. Good. Oh, good.
Oh, like Chaos Aaron's here.
Oh, KLC is in the lobby.
Yeah.
Nigga.
So.
Well, this is a bit of a clash.
So I'll invite him to the party.
I'll invite him. Well, yeah, suggest him. I'll invite him.
I remember Mark was quite quick.
Alright, Sandro. If he joins, we'll ask him if he wants to actually commentate with us as well. And that's 3 commentaries, but
Scott.
yeah, well, no, because Sandro's put in the chat there to keep it going because he isn't actually streaming. I think he's putting the video up after or something.
Okay.
But there again,
Yeah.
what's the point in that when I'm streaming and then that's just going to upload anyway? About 4 minutes to airtime. Me and Connor will be 5 minutes.
When people appear offline.
Not Praga, I wouldn't mind if your finger slips.
Hmm?
This Irish dude down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if your finger slips, but yeah.
Wow, this is caught on live stream. You are exposed right now. This is how Montana wins. He gets you kicked out the lobby. Montana exposed.
Sounds like I crashed out like last week.
We'll be watching.
That was ridiculous.
No, you didn't get crashed out. That's a lie. You took yourself out.
I didn't know what happened.
For that, I pushed the button there.
He always thinks that he's king on the track and he can go for.
Well, we get what you're saying.
straight
You're on a
up,
live
yeah.
stream here. Calm the fuck down.
Cameron not racing.
He's on holiday.
Knew that. I say he doesn't miss like one race usually.
Yeah, he's on holiday, so he can't like not miss it. I think he's on for like 3 weeks. So what was saying. Yeet.
Does Ollie know what car he's in?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's like a reserve and he's just waiting for like Sandro to give him that heads up. I don't know.
I'm listening to Sanjay now.
We're starting very soon.
Why is Lewis a reserve and he's not
Lewis.
in the lobby?
We are.
This Sturif person, his name. Oh, like, I think that's the second.
We're starting in like 30 seconds, so get ready, boys.
Tekken is racing for flipping Hong Kong. Or what is it? Vietnam? What is it?
Tekken.
Yeah. But what country is this? Is it Taiwan
Okay.
or is it Hong Kong?
I don't know.
I'll send a friend request.
Hong Kong. It's Hong Kong. Or Macau. One of the two.
Yeah, it's Hong Kong.
Good afternoon, everybody. Here we are on eSport on this wonderful Monday evening. We've got the Belgian Grand Prix today ahead of us, and alongside me today, commentating throughout the whole qualifying and race, we've got Praga. Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
And we've got a fellow driver here in TRL Montana, who we're going to ask a few questions shortly. Say hello.
Hello.
So, Lewis, the Belgian Grand Prix,
Mhm.
it's a tough Grand Prix,
Yeah.
and weather can
Yeah.
vary. So, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I would like the weather to spice it up, mostly in the race. I'm hoping for a wet start, then going to a dry finish. That'll be a good race, I think. Or wet qualifying.
Turn your mic up a little bit.
mistakes.
We're getting told that you're quite quiet. But on to Montana.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the weather? Is this a favoured track for the weather to you?
Yeah, I really hope for the rain. So I think that's my only chance to beat Brady today.
So you're praying for a bit of rain.
Not only a bit, quite heavy rain, please.
Okay, I know. And just one of the questions: who in your eyes is contender to win this race? The front runners for this race? Have you got a few names?
Yeah, Brady, maybe Mark today. Maybe even Public. He's won last week. So he
And
might
you wouldn't
be up
consider
there as well.
yourself for today's race?
I kind of like this Grand Prix, so yeah, I might be up there as well. But man, you never know.
Free battle.
Oh yeah, that turn one is quite tough here. It's bound to take a front wing off.
I
But,
think I wanted to watch. Actually, a few people I wanted to watch, like Jay and Bran.
Yeah.
They like can do very good performances. Then Little Piece and Sandre, who's very good on their tyres.
Yeah.
Ollie is new, and I'm not sure his pace, but I hope he's good.
Yeah, Jay's
Seconds, but
Jay's got a lot of pace, and he's on a good run of form at the minute on the Sunday League as well as the Monday League, and he's probably looking to take the fight and maybe try and win this championship this year. But back to Montana. Any surprise drives? Any dark horses for today's race?
I don't really think so. Really,
It's going to be the
has to
expected
depend on the
front
weather
runners.
and yeah, really has to be catastrophical weather situations that it spices things up because it's a very skill-based track, very
Yeah.
long track.
And would you say you're feeling confident for today's race?
Yeah, pretty sure.
You are feeling confident for today's race, did you say? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm very confident.
Okay. That's all
We
we've
do the
got for you.
race.
Good luck. And
Thanks.
I'll see you at the
And
end of
then
the
I
race.
will leave you alone. Yeah.
Good luck, mate. So, Lewis,
did you just kick him from the party or something?
it's no. He was a.
Oh.
I told him to leave once you finished with him, but he's gone now.
Yeah.
Qualifying. Well, do you reckon a wet qualifying? What are you thinking?
I think it'll be a dry qualifying.
Yeah. And what about wet race weather? What are you thinking about race weather?
I think it'll start wet.
Yeah.
But I've got a feeling it's going to be a wet all race.
Yeah, I do feel like rain is going to come into this race at some point.
Yeah.
When, I'm not too sure, but this is a track prone to rain, I must say. Well, not prone, but
Yeah.
rain does occur quite often. And when the rain
Anything can
comes, this
happen.
is a very difficult track even.
Yeah.
and
It's like
especially
quite
when it
hard
rains.
in the dry as well.
It's a very tough track in the dry as well. But when this rain comes out, it's really gonna test some of the drivers today. But
Right, it's 1 minute to 8, so everyone should be raising up right now.
and who will you be tipping for pole today?
I'm gonna say Brady.
You tipping VSR Brady for the pole, the Irishman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Montana. I think Montana's gonna take pole, and I feel like Jay is gonna have a really good qualifying session as well. Maybe starting the second row of the grid. But as we're about to go into the lobby now, I'm just gonna have a quick run for the standings so far. At the minute, we've got Tyrrell Montana, 119 points, about 50 points clear of the Red Bull of Felix, who is not racing today, in second, and then Cameron Crocodile Bill is on 55 points in second in the standings, joint with Praga, yourself, both on 55 points in P3, P4. And then we've got Sandro in the Renault, 5 points behind you in P4, P5 even. And then we've got Brandt, who's on 47 points in P6. We've got Jay, who's only in 7th with 44 points, but with a good result today, could leapfrog to 3rd. Then it goes Jorda, ZZ Public's in 9th today. Tekken is in 10th with 19 points. And we've got Mark with 18 points. VSR Francis, I don't believe he's racing today, on 15 points. Stefan, who's not racing today. Damien on 10 points. And that's basically it for today.
I think Damien's racing.
But whatever happens today, Montana is probably going to stay. He could definitely stay pole, actually. He will definitely remain top of the standards. But
don't count out Mark. Or
yeah.
I think someone said Ollie's pretty quick. It's a dry quali.
It is a dry qualifying session, so that is taking a bit of pressure off the people who are probably worrying a bit with the wet conditions. But
But of course, we don't know what it's going to be like in the race.
Yep. But Montana, though, back to Montana, he's got such a big lead in the championship. Could he maybe change his mindset a bit and go a bit more conservative, and like he could maybe happily take a second place over a win and not really battle too much? Or do you not want to? Do you not want to show weakness and like lying down too easy, if you get me? As you get the first drives out the pits now.
I think he'll go for the win.
Yeah.
But I think he'll be sensible about it, not going for like dive bombs that you don't need to do.
Yep. I agree with you there. Hold on. Just sorting out the broadcast settings. Just all the tyres and that. Right. So we've got Tekken on the super soft tyres. We've already got yellow flags in sector 1. That's ZZ Public, who's in the Ferrari.
I think it's having a practice start.
Yep. But, most drivers are already getting out fairly early. A few people a little bit late. But we've got Tekken, the only person to set the super soft tyres so far, although he's not at the garage. But I would say we're going to jump back on the Red Bull of Struth, who is going to be the first person to cross the line, I believe, as long as he doesn't get overtaken.
No, eSport Kaiser, I believe is.
eSport Kaiser, hold on, where is he? He is actually, my bad, the Sauber of eSport Kaiser on the ultra soft tyre, and he could have a good race. He's underrated. He's probably, I'd say, under the radar. He may not be the fastest, but
he can definitely get points this race.
With luck on his side and a solid, consistent race from him, he could bag himself some nice points today. But everyone's out with a minute apart from Little Peace, who's still in the pits, who is in the Williams, I believe, and he's had a bit of a troublesome season so far. But, we're on board with Kaiser now.
Everyone's going ultras apart from Tekken.
Yeah, so, well, yeah, it is a gamble from Tekken, but at the same time, does that mean that maybe there could be rain coming midway through the race? There is a race coming, yes, but the rain could be coming midway through the race, so maybe he's trying to not even have to stop before the rain, yeah. Or these might reckon they can take the ultra softs long enough to get to the rain.
Maybe it could start near the start of the race, and like it's usually like the sequence are quite good in damp conditions compared to the ultras.
Yeah. Well, it also depends. If he gets a nice clean bit of air, then they're really going to benefit him. But if he's having a battle, it's going to hurt him a bit. So I think his ideal situation here is just to get in his own little zone behind the front runners who are on the ultra soft tyres, and just get ahead of the midfield.
Yeah.
But it's a gamble, and maybe some people might change the strategy for that. As
Oh,
Kaiser's
Kaiser's
just
going a bit wide.
yeah, my game just lagged there. It looked like you hit an invisible wall. But
Yeah.
I'm bored with Kaiser here, coming through the first person who's going to cross the line, and then we're going to jump about Sturroof in the Red Bull after.
It doesn't look like Kaiser's taking many risks. I think he just wants a banker lap.
Yeah, well, obviously there's nothing worse than invalidating your first lap, and then obviously you're relying on the one lap, and the pressure's on. But he has gone on the grass a bit here, so maybe not his best potential, but it's a fairly solid lap by his standards. I think he'd be happy with that. But he's also
Public was just drifting.
Probably was drifting, right? But he's coming up to the final chicane now, the penultimate corner. Heavy braking zone, and it is going to be interesting because quite a lot of moves could be made there today's race. Could be a prime overtaking spot.
Yeah.
As Kaiser across the line with a 1:49.7. When jumping ball with Sturroof. Yes, it will have been invalidated as it come up. Sturroof's on the lean mix, so I think he's invalidated his lap also.
His name's Lewis, is mine. So they keep calling him Sturroof or whatever.
Oh, Lewis, okay. Mark's going to be the first person across the line here, and the no, he isn't. He'll be second in the Force India, and he marked as a 44.4, with ZZ Public doing a 46.4, and Brady goes 4/10 quicker than Montana, and Montana's right about his fears of Brady, but Montana I believe is going for another lap, as I am on board with him now.
Yeah, I know Public made a mistake on his lap.
But I am on board with Montana now. We're going to see what his sector times are like. He's down by a very small margin in the first sector. But
I'm on board with Ollie. He's coming up to the bus stop chicane now.
Yeah, and Montana a little bit of a slide there, but he's probably going to attempt to keep his lap nice and clean. He's coming up to the fast left-hander here, which is a really tricky corner to negotiate.
1:46.2.
And Tekka there in P6 on the super soft tyres, so not too far behind. So maybe he might stick with that, but he obviously may want it to be higher up. But we'll see if he comes out onto the ultra softs next time. Montana's backed off from his lap. I don't think he's
piece right now.
Yeah, well, I'll jump on board with Little Piece as well. We're on board with Little Piece.
Sandre lost his wing on his lap because he came straight back into the pit.
Yeah. Yes, that could be it, and also he's going to have that free track in the middle of all the runs. Little Piece goes 6th fastest, Duck and Tekka down by only a short margin, and he's only ahead of him though. So Tekken's going to be quite annoyed by that because it's put him further down the order than what he probably wanted it to be. But as most people have already put the lap in this session, apart from Lewis and Kaiser. But we are on board with Lewis now. He's coming to the final chicane, to the bus stop chicane, and he's braked nicely there. He's got his braking zones on point there.
I think that was Public. Yeah, I think it's Public. He just improved.
Lewis, a power lap, I must say. 46.7. That's put him way down the order. And Damien.
43.9.
Damien's going to be not happy with his time as well. He knows he's better than that, but a good quality lap from Jay. As I said, I did tip him, and I see raindrops. Yeah. I've seen raindrops in the final sector.
Oh, this is awful for Sandre and he's got Kaiser. Oh, yep. Everyone probably below second. Ollie, Damien, Lewis, Kaiser, and Sandre.
So Sandro's gonna try and get he's on an out lap at the minute, so he's gonna have to get around this track as fast as he can, and hopefully can get a decent lap in. But I don't think it's gonna help him because I think the track will be too wet by the time. At some point in the lap, the track's gonna be horrible grip.
Yeah, I think Brady's got pole already.
And I think the battle for pole was won on the first run, and I think I don't think Sandro's really going to get anywhere on his outlap. He's struggling to keep gripping that at the minute.
I think Jay will be very happy with third.
Yeah, Jay's took a really good third, and again, the whole fact that there's only going to really be one run here is, you know, some people went conservative on the first run and maybe didn't expect the rain to come out so early, and it's got someone like Mark and Brant and Public out.
Jay was just put on the grass then. I think he made him. Oh, Kaiser.
But Jay, I think Jay will be very happy with himself for P3.
Yeah, yellow flag and fits a 1.
Sandro's coming around the final sector now, and I just think
Jay's off again.
he's got unlucky here in the Renault. I believe he got damage on his wing, and he's got really unlucky because the track's already very wet, and there's already a bit of spray coming off his front tyres here. And will he just come into the pits and not really risk anything? No, he's going to go for a lap. He's going to try, but I don't think he's really going to get an improvement. As you can see there, Kaiser put a lap in the wet, and that was about half a minute ago, and that was a 52.8. So we're gonna have a look at Sandro's times, sectors.
He's coming to turn 1 now, and he ran a bit deep.
Ran a bit deep, and the grip is a bit hard. Mark's out here. Mark's on the ultra softs. He's let him through. So maybe people are suspecting the rain might die down, or they're just gonna hope they can put an absolute sensational lap in and improve. But I doubt anyone will. Sandro loses the back end, and there's no improvement in this session at all.
There was no grip to go flat out.
There wasn't enough grip, and I just don't. No, there's no grip for this session. I think that's pretty much the session over. No one's going to improve, really. Maybe Kai's out of the race now. So.
I'm just looking at Brady. I was just tired.
I think
he came back out in ultras, and so was Montana.
But I think what Sandro's done there is taught everyone else in the session that there really isn't enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, Montana's here. We're on board with Montana in the Toro Rosso. He's going to go for a lap. I mean, it ain't really going to cost him, but he may as well try. But I really highly doubt he'll improve, and I highly doubt he'll even take pole if he improves by some miracle. But the track looks terrible.
Wheel spin on the exit.
But maybe we don't actually know. No, he's retired. I was about to say maybe he was practicing for when the rain might come later in the race, but we don't know. But, people are retiring at the minute, and I'm going to leave the stew for a minute. I need to go for a piss. I've knocked up.
Oh, you need to leave. You need to get toilet loads. I think Mark's the only one, and Tekken, and Damien was on track. So I'm going to stay on board of Mark because I believe he's starting that. Yeah, Mark's going to start as that now. I can't see him improving that much. Oh, at all. No. Oh, Damien. Just pulled over. Only Mark before the race. Mark. Oh. Finally crossed up over Rouge.
Getting back from the pre-quali piss there. But Mark's gone in for a run here.
Oh, he's backed off.
Yeah, Mark's backed off. I don't get why people still in the session, but hey ho. Tekken came out on the ultra soft.
Oh, he just went there at turn 1. Oh, half spin it even.
I think that's session over. But yeah, just a heads up, can you try and turn your mic a little bit, Lewis? Or something.
I don't know how. I've tried everything.
Have you put it close to your mouth?
I've got earphones, so I can't really put it in my mouth.
Have you put the settings on to turn it on?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. Well, we'll just have to make do. But a little pace. Last one in the session in the Williams, and surely he's not going to keep everyone waiting. Surely not. But what your thoughts of this qualifying session overall, in, and how's this going to turn into a race?
Brady and Montana will be very interesting to watch.
Going into turn
I
one,
think that'll be a good battle. Jay could get a good start, get up to seconds, then, or get even the leads.
So Jay and Mark and Brandt are really, and public maybe, are looking to just displace the front two runners.
I think I can. Oh wait, I can't do anything. Tekken on the supers will be a one to watch.
Yeah.
And Sandro didn't do a lap, so he could start on the softs, I believe, if it's dry, or maybe the supers.
Yeah, depending on the race comes in, Sandro might be in the upper hand here, because if he goes softs and the rain's going to come later,
it is dry.
He's not going to have to make any form of pit stop. But yeah, the sky looks sunny, so I'm really not thinking a bit of rain's going to come here. Doesn't look great.
No, yeah.
But we don't have the forecast, so we can't be for sure. But what we can be sure, we've got a dry start. So Tekken.
Unless if it just starts right now.
Yeah, Tekken could struggle off the start, yeah, obviously, because he's on. Everyone else around him is on them ultra soft tyres, and it's all down to him having the best start he possibly can to hold the
If
people
he'll be in
behind
a
him.
pack, everybody will bunch up. Like, I can see Brady going defensive into turn 1.
Yeah, the inside
to
line
put-
into turn 1 is what you want to be going for here. To be fair,
Yeah.
if I was Brady personally, but here we go.
Maybe the formation lap.
We have got a formation lap. I did not know about that, but yeah, I'm gonna start all this out. We've got
Lewis
we'll have
Fish,
position
Kaiser,
change on
and Sandre all on softs.
the back three. Yeah. So maybe that is either that could suggest that there is going to be rain later on in the race, and they're going to try to, only
Yeah,
go for the one
possibly.
stop onto the intermediates or the wets, depending on what happens. But we don't know for sure. But still, starting on the soft tyres is
I'll use the scorecard. Not sure what he's done.
might have just clipped someone or
Sandro.
something. But here we are. We're seeing everyone having a little weave. And we are going to jump on board a little bit higher up the pack here. I'm going to stand board with Tekken, who's not really weaving as such yet, but he probably weaved towards the end of the lap.
I'm watching Brandon. I think Brandon could have a good race here.
Yeah. That's Brent, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brandon man.
yeah. And P5
Lots of people calling. Yeah,
on the
people
ultra soft
calling
tyres.
Brandon man lover.
Yeah. Okay, right, I'll just call him Brandon from now on. But in
I'll
P5
call
he's
him
in a
Brandon.
strong position, yeah. To maybe get himself on the P3 depending on his start and depending on where he positions himself. But the first lap is going to be crucial here for many people. Tekken, crucial first lap not to take damage.
I think public. He has to get a good start, really. I
Or
think
he's
he
going to
should
get
be
bogged down.
around Mark, Jay, maybe Montana, hey, but I'm Brady.
Yeah, public is a little bit further down the order than maybe what you wanted to be. But
Yeah.
I think Little Peace is probably going to get jumped by Tekken. Maybe not to start, but eventually. And then I think ZZ and everyone above's got the pace to keep Tekken at bay on them super softs at least. And we see
There's a Williams off.
the Williams of a Little Piece off.
Yeah.
But here we go. We're coming up to the bush stop chicane. Yeah, we're at the bush stop chicane now.
Oh, eSport Kaiser almost waiting straight into Damien, I believe that is.
I'm gonna stay on board with. I'm gonna stay on board with Tech.
Brady.
Actually, no, I'm gonna start with the front runners.
Brady pulling up.
I'm gonna stay on board with Brady
There's Montana.
on the TV
Jay
view.
P3. Mark P4. Brandon P4. Oh, okay, it's just restarting.
But here we go. This is it. We're on board with Brady in the Haas, the ultra soft tyres. Crucial start. Who's got the inside line? And we're away, and it looked like Brady didn't have a great start, and Montana's looks like he's got a better start. But Jay on the inside.
Oh, public. Oh, Brady had a tank stopper.
Brady's still got. Brady's still in the
Into the
lead.
slipstream. Montana's.
We're gonna jump on board with Jay in the McLaren Honda behind them both, and
I'm on board with Montana. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, back in sector 1.
I'm jumping on board with Montana. He's looking to maybe go on the outside.
And Little Piece. It's
He's
going
looking-
up over Rouge.
Looking around to go on the outside of the Haas into the chicane, but it doesn't happen. Doesn't happen.
Mum's got a thing for London.
Everyone's going defensive.
Sorry, we had some technical difficulties there. But we've got Mark who's lost the place. Brandon's took him, but ZZ Public just behind as well. He hadn't had the great start that we predicted he would. Tekken did what I said, took a little piece. Who's right at the back of the grid actually, so he may have got taken out at some point. But I am on board with Tekken here on the super soft tyres, and he is actually keeping pace with the top 6 here, who are all on ultra soft tyres. And if he gets ahead of any one of these here, it's really, really going to hurt their race pace.
Public actually got a really good start. I think he even got to a third at one point. But I'm not sure how it's gone down to 6.
Yeah. But,
We've got squeezed off somewhere.
we've got Mark, Ollie, and Little Piece who have lost out so far. Most people have stagnated and haven't really changed positions. But we've got Brandon, Tekken, Damien up 2 places, Lewis up by 2
Yeah.
places, and Sandro up by 3 places. So he's the best of the movers so far, and it's a great start from Sandro as Brady crosses the line first, and of course it's fastest lap of the race.
Lewis
We've
is
got
pitting.
Lewis in the pits, and that's horrible for his race because he did start in the soft tyres, so that's really detrimental as Tekken tries to go up the inside and gets a 3-second time penalty as he got squeezed.
I think eSport closer is in pits on the softs, and I think Little Piece will probably pit as well.
But Tekken there maybe got squeezed on the inside. There's Kaiser gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's Sandro of the race. What's happened there? He's hit. He's come out of Eau Rouge, I believe.
Damien, I think.
I'm not
I think
sure.
Damien
Damien
was
seems to have
off
lost
track.
out yet. But Tekken in P7 gained the place that he needed to get in. But he's got a 3-second penalty even for turn 1. But he couldn't really do much because Public did squeeze him quite a bit there. Maybe a bit too aggressive, but the stewards will decide on that one. Yeah.
Brandon's really close to Jay, and Mark and Public are right behind Brandon.
But
They're back P3 down to P6 here, fighting.
Public does seem to be he is still there, but he does seem to probably be the one who's struggling the most out of the front runners on these ultra soft tyres. And Tekken, I'm sure, will be trying to pick up the pieces here. But
Jay and Brand side by side.
Side by side. Brand goes around the outside, and Jay loses the back end, and he's out the race. There's no real problem. There's no real issue there. Jay's lost the back end, so he can only hold himself accountable for that one.
I wish I was on board with that.
I was on board with Jay.
Ah.
As Montana goes purple, it's consolations to Jay, who's out the race, and he was really looking like the person who could take the race to the 2 front runners. But Brandon now takes Jay's place and is the man to do so. But at the minute, he's going to have Mark, who probably might actually get a chance to have a move at him here on the back straight. He's going to have a great toe. He's going to have a long time to get behind that toe. He's got DRS assistance on lap 3. He's going to go around the outside as Brandon defends the inside here. And Brandon could maybe just hold it independent late. He's on the brakes, but the Force India outbrakes him. But now Brandon's going to have the better run, and he's going to go around the outside. And what fantastic racing these both two are showing right here. But they're still going to go side by side into the hairpin here. And Brandon is going to try and hold it around the outside, but he gets squeezed a lot there by Mark. But Mark gets the position and gets it closed. And
Public's right there, so if these two take each other off, Public's just there to say thank you.
And you know, that little squabble there's brought Public a little bit back into them, but I think Public may have wing damage here, because he does seem to be struggling a lot more than what he does. But Tekken, as he's run wide and the fast left-hander there, is catching up now as well, through all the squabbling.
Public, and then it's like he's got damage front right of his wing.
But Tekken here is maybe going to look to take Public here in a bid to take 5th place and get a real commanding position here in those super soft tyres. But I do believe Public has wing damage because he is a little bit slower than what you'd expect. And Tekken's gaining here, and he may have a go into the bus stop chicane here. I believe he's gaining massively. Public is defending the inside. Montana's broke a little bit later than him, but nothing real. It's Brady goes fastest.
Is Brady has the most fuel out of everybody in the race.
2 point, yeah. But it's back and forth so far. Montana put fastest lap in the second lap, and Brady.
Side by side. And
well, they're going to go side by side in Eau Rouge. Oh my god. No, he isn't. I think.
Sorry, yeah, Tekken.
I think Tekken's smart not to do so there. But here we go. He's going to have a great run here. Sensible. He's going to have DRS. He's going to saw past him on the straight. And Public's just sitting duck, really. There's nothing he can really do here.
Yeah.
Although, Public seems to be running a very low drag setup there. And he's going to actually try and hold it on the inside. And it's a little bit aggressive again from Public. And I think Montana's going to be quite annoyed. Because that's 2 times Public's been overly aggressive with him. But
that was like a Rosberg and Hamilton in real life, like a few years ago.
But Public is probably going to be investigation from the stewards at the end of this race. For maybe overly aggressively defending.
I think that was fair enough. It's defending his position.
Well, we'll have to see if Tekken has a problem with it either. But
yeah.
I think Tekken's just naturally run wide there, but I do believe I'm positive that Public has got some kind of wing damage. Maybe a yellow or a light green, but
Yeah,
Brandon and Mark here are just making paces, not really attacking each other anymore. And Montana ahead. The gap's staying at about 1.5 seconds, and it's fluctuating up and down. But Brady and Montana must be really happy with today. How the races went so far.
Brandon and Mark.
No, was that Montana? Montana's dived into the pit, so he's the first of the front runners to get into the pit on the ultra soft tyre. So the question is, what tyre is he actually going to go on here? We've got a little piece of Damium on the softs. No, it's the super softs. I don't know.
Could he finish the race on softs? I believe he can.
I don't know if it's softs or supers. I'm not sure. Alright, it's the soft tyres. So it looks like Montana's going to try and go to the end of the race here on the soft tyres. He comes out. Hold on. He's the highest of the soft runners.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. Oh, huge crash, Tekken.
Tekken out the race, and did he touch with anyone? I don't think he did.
Yeah, I think he hit Public.
Didn't catch that. I didn't catch that. But two big threats today are out. Well, three actually, considering Sandro as well. But races haven't went people's ways so far today.
I hope Tekken got on board footage of that, because that was a big crash.
But Public it's got his Ferrari teammate behind him, and Ollie, who's looking like he's going to be catching him slightly because of that broken wing. But the Ferraris are running P4, P5 at the minute, so not too bad for the Ferraris today.
Oh,
but Brady loses front wing and loses the back end, and that is going to be much to the please of Montana.
If Montana's in the stream right now, he's just going to be smiling.
But as long as Brady can get it back to the pits, and he did break it quite late in the thing, so he isn't going to lose as much time as what you'd think. But
I think Montana's got him.
Yeah.
Right, I think Brady could be behind Mark and Brand.
It depends how early Brand. Yeah, Brand's going to overtake him into the pits, and Mark, depending on how well his outlap is going to be, his next lap here even, he could.
Brady's going on the softs.
Softs or supers? I'm getting supers
here.
here.
Here's Brand. Brandon's got him.
Brand's beat him in the pit lane. And that's Brady who's behind Brand now.
Montana's already gone. Montana's going to play Ruse.
So everyone's on the softs at the minute, so it looks like we're going for the one stop today. Ultras to the softs. Maybe Lewis going for two stop on the supers, I believe. But Public comes out the pits. He's on the soft tyres as well, so all the front runners. Yeah, definitely get a front wing change there. But Montana now in a really commanding position. He's also catching up to Ollie Farwell. The other Ferrari gets a little tap there, but he's going to go up the inside into the hairpin on the soft tyres against one Ultras. And Ollie just doesn't have the grip to hold it there, or is trying to concede the position and snacked up slightly. But that's not going to be the last of the front runners he's going to see for the next few laps if he's staying out. But Mark staying out as well. But is he going to come in at the end of this lap? This is the real question.
7th down to 10.
Yeah.
I think these guys will be really happy just to score points. If they manage to...
Well, they are guaranteed points.
Yeah. I think Lewis will be happy with 7th on his debut. I think then the others will be happy with points.
I think Public could have I think Public has a good recovery drive in him today. I feel like he could definitely maybe get P4.
Mark's pitting.
Mark is pitting, so we're going to see how he comes out. He's going to come up behind Montana. And maybe, just maybe, depending on Brady's... Will he come out ahead of Brady's the real question here. How much time has Brady actually lost here as Montana posts to 48-1? Fastest lap.
I think Mark will be ahead of Brady, but I think he'll be behind Brand.
Mark's coming out the pits now on the Force India. And there's Brady.
Oh, there's...
Oh, no, it's Brandon, sorry. That's Brandon. So Brandon jumps Mark in the... undercuts him even. And but he's going to get a great run on Brandon here, and well, he's straight back in the action. He's already next to him on the straight. Brady's gains over 3-second time penalty for Eau Rouge, but Mark gains the position back that he lost you through the undercut to Brandon, and
it's going to be a tough task for Brady to win this race. You have to get past Brand and Mark. It'll be a tough challenge.
I think Brady now would be silly not to take second place, but we're not discounting Brandon or Mark for the P2 here, but as well Montana, although he's ahead, a little spin or a little mistake and it will cost him majorly. A little bit of front wing damage, even though if he doesn't pit, that gap will probably come down completely. But we've got Ollie on the soft tyres, who's just behind his team in his easy public, and the gap is getting closer. To be fair, Ollie does look to have a pretty decent place here compared to Public, so although Public did have wing damage, he does seem to be struggling all round pace here at Spa, so I don't think that's his it's his favourite track today.
Yeah, it made a good track for people. I think Public just went in the gravel.
I'm not too sure.
It can be a tough track for people, but it can be like some people's best tracks as well.
But Brady's if there's any possibility of Brady winning this race, he's going to want to clear Brandon and Mark as soon as possible. But with all that squabbling, depending on how long the squabble goes on for, I could bring Public and Ollie back into it as Lewis gets himself a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting.
Montana just needs to keep his head down and focus to the end.
Yep. But Brady running P4 at the minute, and he's got a lot to do here. A little piece gets himself a penalty.
I'm watching Ollie in Public. Ollie's in DRS and slipstream.
Oh yeah, and Ollie looks like the Ferrari team are allowing the drivers to race, and he goes soaring past him, but Public's trying to hold it on the inside, and Ollie's trying to hold it around the inside into this corner, and now Public's on the inside in this corner, and that is very aggressive. And the two Ferraris may have cost each other slightly there, with one of them maybe getting wing damage. I'm looking at Ollie there.
I don't think Ollie's got damage. Damien, no.
Damien's out the race.
Oh, he's binned it out of Rouge.
He's binned it at a very similar place to Sandro, and Eau Rouge really seems to be catching the drives out today. But,
Lewis.
And Lewis is out the race, and what is going on? We're dropping like flies. That's just before the fast left-hander.
I'm not actually sure what Lewis has done here.
He's hit the wall onto... I don't know actually, he's hit the left or the right?
I think he hit
the right, because that's where his tyre's gone. But Brady has gone up the inside of Brandon, who's going to have a pretty decent exit, but Brady has the DRS. And I think maybe Brandon's smartly moved out the way of Brady there. But
yeah, he knows Brady's quicker.
He does know Brady's quicker, but at the same time, he is giving up P3 there. And is he either maybe hoping that Mark fights, or Mark tries to concede but does it badly?
I think Brandon's actually struggling, because Mark and Brown were like side by side out of the pits, and now there's a few seconds gap to him.
Maybe Mark's just got them tyres up to a temperature a lot faster than Brandon has.
Some tyre barriers floating apparently to Lewis.
But Ollie's still closely following Public here, within the DRS still. And he's probably hoping to have another go maybe on the next lap. He's just a bit too far away on this lap to have a go. But everyone in the race now is on the soft tyres. Everyone should be going at the end really. Maybe don't count little piece of Kaiser, who went on them a lot earlier than everyone else. So maybe they might have to pit on the ultra softs towards the end of the race. But the clouds aren't grey. There doesn't seem to be rain coming at all.
Yeah,
so
I think it's going to be dry race.
A fully dry race. So really, Montana's got this race wrapped up here, because Freddie's still got a clear Mark, and he's not catching Mark as fast as you would expect here. And Montana's just going to go purple and fastest lap after fastest lap, as I do jump on board with leader of the race, Thierry Montana. He's coming for the bus stop chicane. Negotiates it fairly well. He's got a decent bit of fuel to burn here if he needs to. But is he going to go fastest? No, he was about 2 tenths off his fastest time there. And it's a real easy race for Montana so far. It's all gone his way, but one little slack of concentration there. And Brady's now coming back. Back here. But I think it's a very tough ask for Brady.
Yeah.
To catch
I'm
Montana.
watching on the end public again, round 2.
I think depending on how he gets turn 1 here, Ollie could maybe have a go into the chicane.
Quite far at the minute, but it's slipstream glitch on his game.
And I think it's still working. I think it's been evident. He has gained remarkably, but he does seem a lot closer. And Public's had a terrible exit there. And Ollie's definitely could have a go here. He's on a fantastic run. Look at that, the toe he gets in the slipstream. And Ollie's going to try and go around the outside again, and Public just won't concede that inside. And 2 times in a row it's worked now. So Ollie maybe needs to try a different tactic. Maybe turn up the engine somewhere else on the track and try and get him. But he does get on the grass a bit there and loses a bit of time. But we're going to jump on with Brady here, who's closely following Mark, and tyres are going to be taking a beating here with the dirty air from Mark. And obviously he's going to want to get this pass done as soon as possible, or he's going to have to back off because his tyres are really going to start to suffer soon. Yellows are being waved in sector 1. No, it's not.
A rouge again.
No, who's that?
Kaiser this time.
He's out of the race, so we're down to 7 runners, and all Rouge has taken about 4 victims today. But we're on board with Brady. He's going to go into the bush stop chicane. He's going to try and go around the outside of the Force India. If Marco defends on the inside, and he's now going to be around the outside here. And that's a fantastic move from Brady, unless... Nah, I think that's move done, depending on how Mark does here. Will Mark try and go up the inside against Brady? He's looking, he's thinking, but he's just going to stick behind him. But the exit he gets off here is fairly decent.
I think he knows about DRS.
Yeah, I think that's a smart move not to go into turn 1 there and try and take Brady, because he was very far back. No, that's Kaiser. So we're down to 7 runners, but Mark is not out of this yet. And Brady thinks he might be clear, but he isn't, because Mark has got the DRS and the toe, and is maybe gonna. No, maybe Brady's just running a low drag setup, but Mark's probably got 2 laps to maybe get back in front of him, and I think Brady will. Get away. A little mistake from Brady there, but Montana, the gap hasn't really got any bigger yet. It was about 8.5 seconds before Brady overtook him, so I think Brady, Mark hasn't had a great lap there since he got overtaken by Brady, so I think that's P3 is the best Brady can do here, but Brandon is behind. We'll have to keep an eye on that. He's 3.7 behind at the minute, and we'll see how we can do.
I'm watching it Ollie in public still.
We are going to go on board with Ollie here, and Little Piece gets himself a 3-second time penalty. But Public just is really struggling for pace here, not going to lie. And the Ferrari team, and maybe they should consider switching the drivers, because to be fair, there is quite a big gap to Brandon there. And I don't think either of the drivers, so I think you should allow them to race here, because they have got about a pit stop over Little Piece, so they probably could afford to have a go at each other here. But
Brady's catching Montana now as well, or not by much.
But at the same time, Montana probably does have the as we see Public go in to defend the inside and the bus stop chicane here, and Public's broke himself a lot there, so that's going to allow Ollie to have a great run. But he doesn't get the best run out of the...
Ollie gained his slipstream and fell out.
No, I think he's going to go for a better exit in out of turn 1 here, which he gets, and Public gets himself a massive corner cut there, and very deserved penalty for that. It was disgusting. But the Ferraris are probably going to have the best battle on track for the next few laps. Ollie's looking to get in the slipstream behind ZZ Public here, and actually...
Ollie was on lead for a race.
He is catching by ZZ Public, but again, I don't think he's not running quite the low drag setup by the looks of it, and Public's just keeping him at bay on them straights, which is Ollie's best place to overtake, really. But I think Public's really struggling for pace in his soft tyres, and I think he has for all the Grand Prix. But
I'm saying Brady is nearly catching. If you're going race director, Brady's nearly going a second a lap quicker than Montana.
But maybe Montana's just being conservative, as he has got half the race ahead of him, and Brady Brady is pushing clearly, and
Yeah.
that could hurt his tyres. And by the time he will catch Montana, by the looks of it, it's going to be near the end, and then obviously, if he's looked after his tyres, then obviously it's going to be a piece of piss, really. Or theoretically, it should be a piece of piss.
Because Brady's healthy as well. So if he does overtake Montana, he has to pull out a 3-second lead as well.
But there's still half the race to go, and there is still half a chance that Montana could gain himself a penalty also. But let's not bank on him.
Public and Ollie's off.
Ollie is off the track, and that's what I mean. There were allowed to go racing, but that is the risk of going racing.
Yeah.
He hasn't dropped too far back, to be fair, so he could make that gap back up, as he does seem faster
I think
out
Public's
of the pair.
gone. Oh, no, he can catch up again.
I think he's slowing down a bit to show that he's sorry, but I think now Ollie is definitely going to be gaining enough to have a go at Public here. Yeah, I feel. Yeah, look at the top. And Ollie's definitely going to be able to have a go here. Definitely, as long as he's confident on the brakes, and he's not as confident as Public, who matches him on the inside here. And Ollie's back to him, so maybe his teammates held his hands up there and said I was a little bit aggressive and pushed you off a bit, but he hasn't given the position, and that's weighing damage for Ollie. So Public's waited for his teammate, and he's caused damage to his teammate, but I don't think he can be held accountable for that. I think it's just because they were running so close to each other. There always is that chance of that happening. Lopez gets himself another penalty, but the gap to Montana is down to 7 seconds. So in about 3 laps, Brady's took it down by 1.5 seconds. So, but Brandon has lost time to Mark as well. So I think Brandon and Mark are going to be locked P3, P4, which is a decent race from them.
Yeah.
Maybe Brandon's kicking himself by letting Brady through so easily. But
I think Brady's kicking himself making that mistake.
Yeah, it was a very silly mistake and an un-Brady-like mistake, to say the least. But there is still a chance that he can bring this race back to him.
Montana could make a mistake anywhere.
Exactly, and Ollie is now ahead of Public and in the exact same position. And it looks like he's got a bit of revenge there and pushed Public a bit wide out of the bus stop chicane, which
I'm not sure how he's done that, because Ollie's got wing damage.
Well, he might have conceded the position, I'm not too sure. But Little Pete is in P7, he's just going to be trying to bring it home for P7, which is a nice handful of points for the Williams team.
Yeah.
Hopefully it marks the start of a better season for him, because he did have a tough start of the season and got rather unlucky with a little lock up into the bus stop chicane, and he's coming at the pits. And I believe he's going to be going on the super soft tights. As Easy Public gets himself a 3-second time penalty, and is also on the back of Ollie into the hairpin. He's going up the inside of Ollie into the hairpin, who has wing damage and pushes him, well, not really wide, but doesn't leave him enough room by the looks of it. And that's Ollie behind again.
Oh wait, what's Little Piece? Little Piece ghosted.
He must be checking a message or something. He'll be probably coming back at some point. I'll stay on board with him just to see if he comes out of Ghost. Yeah, he's out of Ghost now on the super soft tyre, so he's maybe just having a bit of fun and wants to. But he is gonna be close to getting lapped now. As Montana's only just come out of Eau Rouge, and he's only half the straight behind him. So Little Piece could have Public.
On the end Public again.
Ollie has done Public there. I think I'm just going to stay on board with these, because every time I go off them, I can't seem to miss an overtake.
Yeah.
But the gap to Brady in Montana is now down to about 5.7 seconds. So
plus Montana's going to have traffic in a minute with Little Piece.
Yeah, he's going to hit traffic with Little Piece, but Little Piece should peacefully go out of the way, as he hasn't really got anything to be fighting for.
Yeah, so, I think Little Piece should. I think it will let him pass.
But Public here, trailing his teammate Ollie up Eau Rouge, and he's got a great run, and he's definitely, I'm positive he's going to have a go at me. He's got DRS, he's in the tow, he's already gaining, and Ollie defends the inside this time, smartly learning from Public, and he's going to force Public to go around the outside, and Ollie breaks late enough, and Public runs off the track into the runoff area, and that's an illegal overtake, surely. If not, I'm not too sure what's going on there. That should be.
I think he's letting him by here.
Yeah, he's letting him by. Fair enough, but I'm surprised he didn't actually get a penalty for that. As he goes up the inside, and Ollie's going to have a better run here, though. And is he going to maybe just about go up his inside in the fast left-hander? I doubt it, because it's a very risky
got wing
move.
damage. So.
And to be fair, though, Ollie has got wing damage, and he is running a fairly decent race against the Public, who has maybe been overly aggressive a few times on a few occasions in this race, and he might actually get under investigation from the stewards, because I feel like someone will report a bit of his aggressive behaviour on the track today. But P3, P4 seems to be fairly solid. Brandon looks like he's going to be staying P4. He's got 30 seconds, and Ollie's ahead of Public again. And Public's going to go try and get a nice switch back in, get a great exit onto the in front of the grandstands here on the straight. And
Brandon's having like the most boring race. No one ahead of him, no one behind him.
Half of grid.
Ollie in Public. Ollie's fast. Again.
In turn one, and Public doesn't hold it around the outside there. Now Ollie's going to try, and they're going to try and go side into Eau Rouge, and surely that's insane considering Ollie's got wing damage, and I think he did back off it slightly there, but Ollie's had a bit, got the run here, taps him a bit, but he's going to try and go around the outside, but Ollie defending the inside just like Public did to him on a few occasions that he defends the inside, and Public's going to try and go around the outside, but it doesn't really work. Ollie holds P5, and Ollie's learnt from what Public did, and now he's got on the gravel a bit, and now Ollie's defending the inside in the hairpin. Runs wide with his wing damage, and then Public's going to get him on the inside.
Brady's about 4 tenths a lap quicker than Montana. I don't know.
Yeah. So that battle could get tasty towards the end, but I don't think there's enough time in this race for him to close. At the current rate, I don't think there is enough time. So I think Montana's going to be feeling confident on the race when he may or may not know that the car behind him has got a time penalty. And
Jeff probably tells him.
Jeff will have probably instructed him about that. And there's just not enough time in this Grand Prix for Brady to get back at him.
Brady's probably kicking himself.
But it was Brady's race. He had it under control. Montana just looked like he was happy to
huge lock up.
Take P2. These Ferraris are an absolute titanic battle, and it won't surprise me if one of them ends up getting crashed off through this, just like the two Red Bulls in Azerbaijan.
I think Public clipped this video debating Ghost for a second.
But no, Ollie's a second and a half ahead of Public here, so that could actually be the battle over now.
Oh, huge crash, little piece.
And that's on the fast. I don't know whether that's sector 3.
Right.
Yeah, the fast right-handers caught him out.
It's where Brady had his crash. But
I think he's I think what happened is he dipped it on the gravel, and then
yeah,
there looks like to be some kind of gravel on his tyres. But we're down to 6 runners now, and
like more than half the field are DNF.
Have been DNF'd, and most of them have been taken victim by Eau Rouge. And a little piece adds to the DNF list as Ollie runs wide, and Public's going to go around the outside of Ollie. Ollie really can't fight back at all there, especially with his wing damage, and I think wing damage is a bit of a pain in the ass for me, but he's still within a short P5 because he does seem to be able to get back at Public. Because Public does seem to be making a lot of mistakes and he's struggling for pace, I believe. But the gap to
Montana's drove well. made one
I think
mistake.
Montana's just saved. I think Montana's gone for saving the tyres here because
Yeah.
I don't think Brady's like half a second a lap quicker than him. And I also think he's realised that as long as he nurses the tyres, even by some miracle, if Brady even catches up to him, he's going to have fresh enough tyres to go defend or just turn the engine up when he gets too close. But Brady's still gaining, but with only 4 laps left of the Grand Prix, it's going to have to be a second lap, really, and I don't think Brady's got that in him, especially.
Ollie's pitting for ultras.
And I think he's banking on his teammate maybe making a mistake off too, but it's worth the gamble because he's got nothing to lose.
I think he sends in a message because this ghost. I don't think he wanted to pit.
Was he ghosted when he came into the pits?
I'm not sure. I guess so.
I'll have a look.
Matthew. It's Cameron. It's inviting Cameron back to the lobby, and it's AI pitted him.
Oh, well, that's not good. But this Grand Prix, I think we're not going to see anymore overtakes this race. I think if there's any position he's going to be gained, it's going to be through mistakes.
Closest battle is Brady and Montana.
And that's very unlikely.
Yeah.
But it's been a decent Belgium Grand Prix. I wouldn't say fantastic.
Alright.
Brady has done what he needed to do recovery-wise, but he will be kicking himself over his mistake. I think Mark will be happy with himself.
Yeah.
And,
I think Ollie's just going to go for a fastest lap.
Public's running very slow here, and I think he might be. Is he? No, he isn't.
I wonder if Public will pit because
Public is coming into the pits very slowly.
It almost crashed into the pit wall.
Going to the pits very slowly, so I think
close with Ollie.
he has
got a penalty.
So I don't know what's going on here. I think maybe he just wants the battle, and I think he's just sorry for what he did, because he did. He has cost
I think
Ollie.
they both want fastest laps.
But yep, the two Ferraris on the ultra soft tyres, and maybe going for the fastest lap of the race.
Ollie's ahead of him. No, I don't think he will actually. No, I think Public's ahead. He is.
So Public's ahead of Ollie, and Ollie now with a fresh front wing, and I did think he's had the better pace out of the two cars. He's hopefully wanting to show this, but again, 4 seconds to gain. Really goes fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, old Tom.
2 laps to go. I really can't see it happening, especially I'm very positive that Montana has looked after his tyres.
Public's going down for Ollie again. Because there was a huge gap before.
About 4 seconds, there's not done about half a second, so Ollie Public, round 26 now, and both on fresh ultra soft tyres. So hopefully we're going to see a bit more of aggressive racing, but Public really seems to be coming alive on these new ultra softs, and Ollie's lost a few temps here. But very weird Grand Prix, and I think it's very nice from Public to have weighed up the amount of times he has, because he has cost Ollie a bit of damage and a bit of time, and he is waiting for him again. He's going to go soaring past Public, and I think Ollie's a very angry man at the minute. Doesn't care.
Brady and Montana.
No, I just don't think there's enough time for them. It were also quite close to Public in that.
Again.
And Public's waiting for him. So
I don't understand what's going on here.
I really don't know what these two are doing. They're
I've never seen anything like this in league racing.
This is bonkers, but they are both. I mean, Brady and Montana here are going to be catching up. They're about to lap them, actually, in fact. And depending on where he gets the overtake done here, Montana, this could actually shot him back near Brady. So Montana just needs to clear him at some point here. But on fresh ultra softs, it's going to be a lot harder than
Do
what you
think
think.
Public was waiting for Montana?
I'm not sure, but he's forcing him to probably go around off the racing line here, and he's lost time.
Oh, contact.
And
Montana.
that is definitely what that is. And Montana's gonna be furious with that because that really can, and maybe just cost him
Public. What's Public doing?
Is Public trying to take him out?
I think so.
But Brady is now 1 second behind, so on second thought, what is Public trying to do? Is Public hit him?
Yeah.
So now Brady
Oh.
is just right. Well, I don't think Brady's going to be too bothered because he's held it.
I
But
think Brady will be happy right now unless it's
Public is definitely going to be seeing some stupid attention for that because I really don't know what's happened there because now that. Well, Brady's now got a chance to have a go at Montana, and now Montana's really going to have to turn the engine up, which he is. And these fresh tyres that he's been preserving, he's going to have to get them going really for.
Public's on the ultras, so he's going to be quicker than both of them.
And I think, I really don't know what's going to happen here because Montana's been looking after the tyres, but there again, he was saying how fast Brady is, and he was saying before the race that he really thinks Brady's going to be the fastest man and the man to beat here. And, well, now he is the man to beat Montana, so he's just got to hold on for one lap.
I want to see what Montana has to say about this after the race.
I think if Montana gets the win, I think he's going to be a lot more lenient, but if he doesn't, it's going to be absolute hell on it. I definitely think Public was probably going to have earned himself a race ban. I'm pretty confident in saying that.
Yeah.
And I think Ollie will have to justify what on earth they've been doing.
Oh.
Right. That's
probably kick him out of the league.
Now what I've realised here is Public is mates with the VSR clan. Because I know this. Because he's mates with Blizzard and he did join the league with Brady. And now...
Mark second.
I have no idea what is going to even happen here. A hell of a stewarding at the end of the race here. And I'm amazed at what I've just seen. I really am. I mean, Montana's lost the win. And maybe, if he's not careful, Brandon might catch him on fresh ultra softs, I believe. No, I think there's enough time. But why did Public do that with such a...
What? Like, what has Montana done today?
I really don't know what's going on. I think a bit of rivalry clan there. I'm not sure. Brady takes the win, and I don't think he'd been expecting that. And Mark's going to take P2, but I mean, congrats to the both of them who would both finish on the podium anyway. But Montana's going to take P3, and he's really not going to be happy with this. But Brandon's coming across the line as we speak. He's going through the bus stop chicane.
I think Brandon's just going for the fastest lap.
P4, yeah, Brandon had the space and time to do so. Is he going to actually get fastest lap of the race? He does, I believe. But that is the Belgium Grand Prix over. And our race winner was Brady. But I mean, what have we just witnessed, really? Well done to the 3 podium sitters, but it shouldn't be. It should be Montana claiming the top of the podium there.
Like Brady did well to get 3 seconds of him. I've never seen anything like this before.
And I mean, we're gonna end the stream here. And what a horrible way to end the Grand Prix. Horrible way. Horrible way to end the Grand Prix. But goodbye all. I hope you enjoyed the race. And that's it from me.